I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about what an advocate is and how they can help you navigate the educational journey that your child is currently going through, why you might want to hire one, and how they can really support you and your family. Hi, I'm Valerie. I'm a former special education teacher of 15 years, and I was then an administrator for 3 years. And now I'm an advocate helping families just like yours navigate the special education process, navigate the 504 journey, or just navigate getting some support for your child at the school. Oftentimes, hiring an advocate can really help move things along quickly and get the services that your child needs, or the accommodations or the supports, in a way that is a lot less stressful for you and your family. Is that an advocate is there for you and your child, and they are going to answer your questions. And so something that's really great about having an advocate is you have questions that need to be answered, but they don't necessarily need to be answered in a school meeting. Some of the questions that you have can be answered by an advocate during the pre-meeting. That will allow for more time with the school for you to talk about solutions for your child, because you've already received the clarity from the advocate. So what can that look like? Well, I can speak to what it looks like when you work with me. The first thing that happens is I'm going to review all of the documents. So if your child has an IEP, and maybe they've had an IEP for 10 years, I'm going to look at the most recent, it might be called something different where you are, but the most recent psychoeducational evaluation. So that's when the school psychologist does an evaluation or reviews the records. If there's any service providers like speech and language or occupational therapy, their information is in there as well. There is typically some type of academic assessment, depending on the level of your child and the needs of your child, in that document as well. And then I would look at all IEPs from there till now. If your child has a 504, I would go back 2 to 3 years and see the 504 as well as the initial 504, just to see why your child initially qualified to have a 504. And I would also look at, if your child doesn't have an IEP or 504 and you're kind of working through the process with the schools, I would look at the communication you've had, any meeting documents you have. A lot of schools now are offering like a tier 1 intervention, and it might be called something different where you are, but it is a form that is filled out that documents the eligibility or qualifying reason that your child might be receiving that. Maybe there's an outside diagnosis of dyspraxia or ADHD or anxiety that allows your child to receive some additional accommodations, but it's not necessarily a 504 or an IEP. I would review that. Again, any emails or documentation that you feel I should review, and then we would have some conversations, and I would talk to you about what you believe your child needs. Depending on the age of your child, I might want to talk to your child as well. We would come up with a plan to work with the school. I will do a pre-meeting with you before there's a meeting with the school, and there will be some really difficult questions that I will ask to make sure that you're prepared for those difficult questions from the school. And then depending on where you're located or depending on what your needs are, I can attend the meeting with you as well. Advocates are generally quieter during the meeting because really I'm looking for you to be able to advocate for your child. But I would be there as a resource, your advocate would be there as a resource, and definitely can step in and ask a few very pointed questions or prompt you to ask some questions that are really, really important to be answered. And then there would be follow-up after the meeting to see how did you think that went, and then the outcomes from the school. Depending on what you're asking for, the needs, that might go through several cycles, or it might be able to be done in one. That's kind of what it looks like working with an advocate. It's really somebody who is by your side, supporting you and your child so that you can have the best outcomes for your child. Having worked in schools and now as an advocate, I cannot overemphasize my passion around collaborating with the school and the district. There are a group of professionals there who want the best for your child, and being able to find ways to work together will result in the best outcomes for your child. I truly believe that. And so we will do everything we can to collaborate with the school so that your child can have the best possible outcomes.